As a man leaves his house, he's given a clear warning. Stay away from the woods. It's dangerous. He laughs to himself, and he says this, "You can't tell me what to do." Little does he know what's waiting for him in the forest, though. Deeper and deeper into the cold, dark air the man carries himself. He walks deeper and deeper until he sees something glistening in the bush past him. Ah, my lucky night. Who said going out of the woods was a bad idea? Ah. The sounds of the crickets go silent, and the air stagnant. The man kneels down into the pitch dark, only able to see the shining object in front of him. He extends his body, leaving himself completely vulnerable. But he became more enticed by the shining object. Just as he's about to grab it, he feels something moving behind him, and a cold wind breathes down his neck. "Don't grab it," a whisper says. Will he stop? But when he hears the whisper, he hears something snap. James chapter 1, verses 13b and verses 14. God himself tempts no one, but each one is tempted when he is carried away and enticed by his own lust. Let's start with verse 13b. God himself tempts no one, but each one is tempted. There is no exception to this matter. Every human being is tempted, from Catholic priests to the most godly of grandmas. Every person has to battle with temptation. Temptation occurs continually throughout a person's life. It's a statement of fact. You're gonna deal with temptation. In this life, everyone will continually have to battle it, and it's always gonna pop up. The temptation process is repeated, knocking back and forth between the human mind and the heart. The temptation is something that happens to you. Literally, it's like you attacking you. Have you ever been in a situation where suddenly, like lightning, a thought pops through your head and pops into your heart and you're tempted to sin? That's exactly what we're talking about here, guys. So let's look at verse 14 now. But each one is tempted when he is carried away and enticed by his own lusts. Carried away and enticed are both vivid descriptions of temptation. Carried away or drawn away sounds pretty violent. Enticed or lured sounds something like we really want it and we're looking for it and we're going to do whatever it takes to get it. But what are these two different words trying to convey? These two different words, they work together to form traps. Traps? Traps. James is trying to describe temptation as a trap that is seeking to claim you. Remember the mustache man? He carried himself out the door, not listening to the warning. If he did, he would have realized that something was waiting for him. He took himself in a very prideful way. As he got deeper into the dark woods, he found something that caught his eyes. He was enticed or lured to grab it and to put himself in a dangerous position. He was headed for a trap. And all this was out of his own desire or his own lust. Do not get confused with the word lust. It's not just sexual sin he's talking about. Lust means a craving or a deep desire for something. The mustache man had a deep desire to please himself and do whatever his pride directed him to do. It was enough to carry him out into the dark woods and be enticed by an object that glistens, the trap. Sounds like this guy is not thinking, and you're right, he is not. Temptation leads us into ungodly ways and ungodly thinking, never thought through. We act out in anger and we feel foolish afterwards. We let our lust take us to dark places and feel abysmal. We gossip about one another and wound friends for years. All these sins take place at one point. Do not entice yourself and get yourself worked up. That's exactly what temptation is trying to do. The easier you get worked up, the easier it is to be caught in the trap of continual temptation. Kevin, I want to be godly, but temptation is trying to trap me. What do I do? Get out of the environment you're in at all costs. Get in the spirit. Leave your room and go pray on a walk. Walk away from your friends before they start to gossip. If you're angry, it's best not to talk. Instead, read God's word. James 1:5 commands us to pray for wisdom. So pray. Don't get caught in the metal teeth of a snare. It hurts, it binds, and it locks. And to undo it takes a lot of time and a lot of pain. Here's something that I do. Helps me out a lot. Remember the acronym BLAST. B stands for bored, L stands for lonely, A stands for angry, S for sad, and T stands for tired. You're naturally weaker to fall into temptation where you're in one of these moods. So you and me need to be cautious. Know yourself and know how you're tempted and stay as close as God as you can. And when it comes to falling into those temptations, run, flee, close your mouth, and go to God's Word and pray. Brothers, sisters, crew, I care about you very much. Kevin signing out. God bless.
Hey crew, if you are enjoying the videos, make sure to like and subscribe. It helps us out greatly. Check us out on Facebook and Twitter. The links are right down below in the description. The best way to stay connected and never miss a new video is to subscribe and join one of these social medias. If you're one of the people that the Lord has put it on your heart to give, just click the Patreon link above or below in the description for more info. Beside me is the next video, so click to just keep learning. Thanks for watching. Crew out.